We're going to be discussing chapter 261 for Jujutsu Kaisen. So, let me just... Oh, wait. Alright, we're back. I had to make sure my audio is being captured because, you know, I don't want it to go on a whole rant and then I have to realize the audio wasn't working and then I have to repeat everything I said, because then it won't be like genuine and from the heart. Well, I mean, it'll be genuine, but like, you know, like I've already said it before and I kind of just like to freestyle as I do these. But yeah, so let's pull up the newest Jujutsu Kaisen chapter leaks, and again, spoilers. For anybody that doesn't read the manga or just doesn't want to be spoiled, this is your chance to hop off. Oh, I think I have a Discord actually. I don't really have anything to hide in my Discord, but I mean, I don't want to leak people saying stuff that they wouldn't want said. Not like people say that many crazy things, but yeah. Anyway. Never mind. We're going to X. So, I would say, as you know, but this is kind of my first ever like Jujutsu Kaisen content video. But I mean, I'm a Gojo Glazer. He's my goat. He's my goat of manga. He's cool as fuck, and his aura is off the charts. No one's ever gonna cap out with that amount of aura points ever again. You're just kind of ruining his aura, not gonna lie. He kind of pulled up looking like this. Hold on. Like this. Like, bro, you could just tell this is Yuta. I never thought that body language mattered until this. Like, you don't really notice how much, like, Gojo literally looks like he's on the verge of tweaking. Even Sukuna's like, God damn, you ruined my number one opponent's aura. Anyway, I know a lot of people think this is like an ass pull, but I really like it, and I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen has a message, a subliminal message, or at least a message that Sukuna tries to push onto people, and that message is, in order to gain anything in this life, you must take it by any means necessary. And you can kind of apply that to success in life, at least from the outside view. There's a lot of time and effort and energy that has to be poured into things, and sometimes you got to do stuff that, quote unquote, is looked down upon. Let's take, for instance, basketball, for example. For those of you who don't watch basketball, there's a superstar, and his name was Kevin Durant, okay? Now, we're going to call Kevin Durant Sukuna in this case, okay? And LeBron James is Gojo Satoru. So, Kevin Durant discarded, his reputation, quote unquote, because, people call it a fake ring. His pride, he was looked down upon in, by a lot of people just because of how, snakish his move was. But he still got 2 finals MVPs, he won a championship, and he did it to beat LeBron, him and the Warriors. You can kind of say that Kevin Durant has Sukuna's ideology, because Sukuna will do anything to win. And Yuta is going to put this ideology to the test. Now, I don't know if Yuta's going to be successful putting his ideology to the test. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what Gege is like. I don't know if he's like an edgy author and he just wants to super edgelord this shit and is like, do whatever it takes at all costs. But I mean, so far his ideology holds up, and you can definitely see some of that ideology in real life. Now, obviously, taking over a dead corpse and team hopping to the people that clapped you in the playoffs is 2 completely different things. But I mean, in a similar sense, they're the same as it's just people don't do it because they're worried about how they're perceived. But Sukuna wasn't worried about how he's perceived, so he took Megumi's 10 Shadows, Mahoraga, and now he's the victor. Maybe if Gojo didn't care about fighting a weak Sukuna, or maybe, I don't know if he cares about Megumi. I mean, it could also be just the fact that Gojo wanted a good fight, but I don't think that's necessarily true, because if Gojo wanted just to fight the strongest version of Sukuna, he would have gave Sukuna the extra finger. He still fought a 20-finger Sukuna, but what's it called? The head. He doesn't know about the head. So he just thinks Sukuna's at 19 fingers, so he could have been on his Goku shit, pulled up with finger, like, here. Like, I don't think it's just because I genuinely believe he wanted to save Megumi. So if Gojo was able to discard that, like, fuck Megumi, he could have just killed 15-figure Sukuna right there. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I know a lot of people are going to argue that's 3v1, that's near impossible. But, I mean, we've saw 20-finger Sukuna and Gojo domain clash, and it was even. So, if Sukuna loses 25% of his curse energy output, and he pops up a domain, and Gojo pops up a domain, Gojo would just outright win. Sukuna's losing 25% of his power, and people who say that curse energy fingers don't correlate to domain efficiency, then how come Sukuna didn't open a domain in chapter 1? To at least contest with Gojo, because obviously he was trying to kill Gojo, so he would have tried to, but yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this while I regather my thoughts. And another beautiful thing about this chapter is Yuta in this sense, because there's just always been this kind of theme about Gojo, and it's very sad. And I know it's just a fictional character, but like you can kind of see this in real life sometimes. Like, you know, like maybe you have that one family member, right? Maybe it's like the macho man of the family or the financial provider. They are, I don't want to say treated not human, but you know, you treat them like they're superhuman, you know? They can never be sad. They have no problems, you know. Everybody likes them. They're very good with their words. Money's never been a problem. But in the same sense, like, people kind of, I don't want to say discard them as humans, but like, they just don't feel real sometimes. So, you know, you could kind of just assume that they'll be okay. Like, let's say you go to the movies and you don't invite them. It's like, why would he care? I mean, I don't know, this isn't necessarily a great example, but in a sense, Gojo is kind of that guy. Like, everyone's like, oh, Gojo can never lose a fight. But Gojo has felt so alone ever since Geto departed from him. And a panel that, like, truly hurt me. Let's see if we could find it. My goat, man. My freaking goat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I still see you. Sunlight never fades in the rear view. That's pretty funny. I still see you. Ever since this chapter came out, You know that one Mitski song, and it goes like, my baby, my baby. I just imagine like sad edits with that song about Gojo's entire existence, just cause, like, dude, I'm looking for the panel, so I'll just, like, dude, I still see you. Gojo says, I'm a little annoyed that Shoko didn't object. And this right here is why Gojo feels alone. Now, I'm not trying to paint Shoko as a villain, okay? Everybody handles things differently. But again, we are the family member that just assumes that the macho, the fucking, the perfect family member, quote unquote, is always going to be good. Like, they just, you know, they're too perfect to care, right? Shoko is like, I'm sure she didn't even think Gojo was going to lose, genuinely. Like, the whole fight, she was literally tweaking out. This is not the face of somebody, this is not the dialogue of somebody who believes that their childhood friend was going to die. And there's literally a panel of her, and she's, you know, on the back, and she's alone, and man, I know this video's all over the place, but I'm just like a mix of emotions right now. RP Gojo Satoru. I don't know why this is so funny. But like, imagine Gojo and just hearing like, hey Gojo, when you die, can I use your body to fight? Like, somebody that's, I'm sure, has felt like he's only been valued for his body, hearing that one of his prized students is like, hey Gojo, can we use your body? Like, yes, Yuta's acknowledging Sukuna, or Gojo feels like a monster, but like, that doesn't change anything. Like, he still felt alone, and even on his deathbed, like, he said that he really just wanted to be reunited with Geto. But yeah, I don't know. I think the parallels are nice though. Yuta using the curse technique for good, and then Kenjaku used it for bad. Yuta and Yuji have always been like great parallels. Yuta's physicals have always been bad, but he fixed it with insane curse energy. He had the Queen of Curses. Yuji had the King of Curses. When they were put on execution, Yuta wanted to die while Yuji didn't want to die. And then they flipped for a bit. And I mean, they both don't want to die now. And now Sukuna, or Yuji, has been inhabited by the strongest, while Yuta is inhabiting the strongest. Obviously, I know who 1 and 2 is, but like, you know, they're pretty much close together. So yeah, great parallels from Gege. I genuinely thought it was great writing. But yeah, I don't know. Just my thoughts on the entire situation. I don't think it's an ass pull whatsoever. It's not like Kaguya, who literally came out of thin air like, oh yeah, there's ninja aliens. And he's the final villain. Or she's the final villain. Not Madara, the dude you've built up forever. Still a little bit upset about how the way things ended with Kenny, but we move. But yeah, if you have any comments or whatever about Gojo's death as a whole, just leave it in the comments. It'd be nice to talk to fellow people that care a lot about a fictional character's death just as much as I do. And yeah, I my friend Nathaniel, he made a Discord for me. It is called Malijaland. He's fucking goated as hell for this. And yeah, I'm gonna post the link down in the channel. And if you fuck with my content, or I don't know, something's wrong with you mentally in the head, join up and let's start growing a community. I would really like that, cause I myself am trying to discard my humanity for my goals. But yeah, have a good day, and hope to see y'all again.